Let's see what's happening here. Good afternoon, everybody. I am Larry Soulcactus. Welcome to my live stream. Anyways, I'd appreciate if you hit that like button and hit the subscribe button if you're new to the channel. In 2017, it was $14.99. There's some AC/DC. Yeah, just one single dog ear P90 in the bridge, which is a Lowler overwound dog ear P90. Anybody can learn how to play. I wish I could. Can't get next to you, babe. Let him in, Brick. Don't we all? David, Danny Gatton. I could never play like that guy. No, I've had formal education. Like this, my best education was from a private instructor, actually. It wasn't at a school, but I did study music at like college, if that's what you're asking. It just wasn't my major. Because college wasn't going to teach me what I wanted to know on guitar. So it was pretty pointless for me because by the time I went to school, which was back in 1990, the normal two fields of studies were either jazz or classical. Well, neither inspired me to do anything. So what I needed to learn and know was outside of a classroom. I just needed to turn 21 as fast as possible which wasn't for another few years after that, and start playing in bars and like places that played blues and rhythm and blues. I think the reason you probably don't see more blues players at heart, or guys that want to, like, you know, be the gap for the next generation, because I really honestly don't think everybody has the aptitude to play blues. Nobody was teaching that in the classroom. I think you mean Kiko and the Lavender Moon by Los Lobos. If that's the case, been there, done that. I've seen Los Lobos a number of times, man. I used to have recording software. I don't anymore. I don't play any Tool. Let's see. Arguably False. Let's see. Mark Hammond. Hey there. What about, hey Hannah, thank you. I'm sorry. The arguably false, the best advice I can give you is to take your whatever scales you want to learn, whether that's major, minor, pentatonics, or a blues scale, which is jazz scale, or your diatonics, major, minor scales, your modes, right? Take those scales and run them up and down the fretboard in every key. Memorize them, understand the patterns, backwards, forwards, sideways, and back to front. Then you should be able to get very good at improvising and making up riffs and stuff like that. What's Stacy Cook? Yeah, I like Thin Lizzy. I like to listen to them. I don't like to play them. I started playing when I was 13 years old. So, like, well, I'll be 54 this year. So, 41 years ago. It took me to, like, I'd say the end of sophomore year to get really good. Because I had an audition. I switched high schools midway through, and I had to audition for high school jazz band at the new school I was going to. And through that experience, that allowed me to get better. I still took private guitar lessons, but now I was getting credit for taking jazz band third period every day and playing in a big band, which was a great opportunity. So because of that, I got a lot of skill under my belt there. And you learn a lot from playing in that size setting with a band orchestra leader. And you're really only responsible for like 3 tunes, which is not a big deal, but it's amazing that everybody can't get their shit together for 3 songs. You'd be fucking amazed, but it's when your teacher, stops and you've only played for like 30 seconds and he's just like, "No, let me hear the horn, the trombone." And he singles you out in front of the rest of the group. Yeah, not a pleasant experience. And that's why I always showed up to class more prepared than any motherfucker that was there. Because I never wanted to get called out. I would take the music home from jazz band, okay? I would take the music that was on music stave paper in treble clef, okay? That isn't guitar tablature, folks. That's real sheet music. What I did was I took that and I would decipher it and then write a tablature chart from it. Play that, realize, oh, that's how it's supposed to go. Keep in mind, I'm talking about 1988. This is pre-internet. I couldn't look up Herbie Hancock and learn how to play that song and be like, oh, that's how the riff. I had no fucking idea how it was supposed to sound until playing it in jazz band. If that was even right. That's called Chameleon, by the way, for those of you who listen to Herbie Hancock. But that was probably like the most popular tune we played in jazz band. But that's an experience. That's the type of experience that keeps you on your toes. Anybody ever see that movie Whiplash with J.K. Simmons? And what's that kid's name that was in Top Gun Maverick? Miles Teller, who's kind of like one of the it kids right now. That was college level, but playing in band competitions, I did that, and it got tense, and we didn't just play local. Like, we went to San Francisco and played a competition, and that was a very cool experience. It was almost like a taste of being on tour, because you had to, we had to take a plane ride, and then we were busing it all over San Francisco from Arizona. And then we, got to the place, and there's all these other school bands from all over the country or whatever. But we kicked ass at that competition, so much so that we got Outstanding Rhythm Section Award. Thank you very much. Or thank you very little. That award had never been given out before that day. So that was like a pretty extraordinary thing. And it was very cool to be a part of that. Unfortunately, I do not have a copy of that award. It hangs at Saguaro High School in Scottsdale, Arizona. But if you went to the jazz band room, Well, now it's just the orchestra room, or orchestra band room, marching band room. You would see that award up on the wall. The unfortunate thing is nobody's name's attached to it other than Saguaro High School Jazz Band, 1988. But I can tell you, there was me, Dave, Jason, Tim, and Kristen. Boom. Fab Five. And we killed it. And the other cool thing about jazz band was I would always, opt for solos because I was a cocky, arrogant little bastard back then. I could improvise, whatever bars the band leader wanted to give out for solos. I was able to come up with my own solos. I didn't have to play something scripted, which was really cool. So that, like, sophomore, junior year in high school, I was really developing a sense of improvisation and a set of skills to improvise with just about anybody on the planet. So, like, at this point in my life, like, I really don't care. I'll get up on stage with anybody and I will hold my own. No problem. And if I get my ass handed to me, I get my ass handed to me. I really don't care, but I will bring my brand of heat. So, it's amazing what you learn in high school. Too bad jazz band programs are a thing of the past. Adrian, a lot of people play Led Zeppelin. No, I can't play professionally anymore. I'm not in a band. I have severe carpal tunnel syndrome. So the only time I play is for the streams and like the shorts I do. You guys can make comments as long as they're respectable. I'm not going to bite anybody's head off unless they're just ridiculously rude. Carpal tunnel syndrome is when you've overused your hands. I had 3 hand surgeries in the last couple of years, and my hands did not heal the way that I was told that they would. It's more of a longevity thing. If I start playing over a certain time, say 45 minutes to an hour, my hands start to hurt like a motherfucker. something original, Adrian? Okay. That's a song called Back Down South. It's on my record, Meeting You. You can find the tracks on my Patreon page, patreon.com/Larry Soulcactus. Trust me, Adrian, nobody wants to hear me sing. Moist Moose, like your name, there's a Leonard Skinner song for you. Alright guys, stream's running along, but thank you for joining me and listening to my jazz band stories. I will be back later, late this afternoon, early this evening, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 6 p.m. Pacific. Alright? So, be cool to each other, be cool to yourselves, and I'll catch you later, alright? Peace out. Bye-bye. Thank you.